Hi everybody, we're going to be making a website today using a tableless layout using CSS. It's going to look something like this to start out with, but you're going to be inserting your own formatting and styling the way that you would like it. But let's start off with mine, and then you can change colors and add your own photographs, etc. So let me go ahead and close that, and let's begin. Let's create a new folder on our desktop by right-clicking and then selecting new folder. I'm on a Mac, but the same instructions go for PC. And let's name this our last name and website. Okay, and then what you want to do is open up two text edit documents or notepad documents if you're PC. So I'm going to hit new document. Let's go ahead and name this one index.html. Make sure that it's going to go into your folder that you just created. Save. Make sure it says .html and not anything else. Right, and let's create another one, and we're going to save this as, oopsies, don't save, delete that copy. File, save as, and we're going to name this one stylesheet.css. So you're going to be doing your styling in this sheet, and the other one you're going to be doing your HTML in the index.html. So hit save. And then we're going to have those two open so we can work with them. Okay, so the first thing we want to do is, let's go ahead and announce that this is a website to our browser. So I'm going to use the all caps and then type in lower case letters HTML. And then let's begin. HTML tag. Let's go ahead and end that tag. You can put a couple spaces there. Obviously, this is going to fill up rapidly. Next, we want to make a head tag and put a couple spaces there. It doesn't matter how many spaces because browsers don't see that white space. And in there, let's go ahead and put a title because that's where special, in the head, that's where special instructions are created. So we're going to call this, I'm going to name this Kelly's super cool website. You can name it with your name. You don't have to put in Kelly, obviously. And then we want to go ahead and let's create our body real quick. So that's done, and don't forget to do that end tag. Super important. Although browsers will sometimes see your website without the end tag, it's not good practice because there are a lot of browsers that won't read it properly. So, okay, and in here, let's go ahead and link our CSS to our HTML page. So what we want to do is start with, we want to say link. And first, we're going to start with type equals, and if you recall, text/CSS. And then we want to put in there rel equals spreadsheet. Don't forget those quotation marks. And then finally, we're going to put in ahref, and we're going to say stylesheet.css. And I think that's it. We can put it and a forward slash there. I can't remember if we need to put quotation marks there or not, but we shall soon find out. All right, I'm going to go ahead and hit save, and let's go ahead and put in our first div. So when you're doing this, you want to think of this as like a table because you're kind of carving out a space like table cells. The first thing we want to do is create something called a wrapper. You can call it anything you like, but the standard in HTML coding usually is people call it either a container or a wrapper. I'm going to call it a wrapper. So we're going to say div ID equals, and we're going to put quotation marks wrapper. And what this does is it creates a big division of space, and you'll see soon what I mean. So I'm going to go ahead and close that tag, and all of your other divs are going to fit inside of here. So let's go ahead and come over here to our style sheet, and let's begin by styling that space. What we want to do when we're using IDs is use the hashtag. And so we're going to go ahead and type this out, wrapper, and then don't forget your curly braces, opening and closing. And here I want to carve out a space that is, I'm going to go ahead and start with this and then adjust it accordingly. I'm going to make this height 600 pixels. And don't forget your semicolon. And then we're going to say width, colon. And let's go ahead and make this 800 pixels for now. And I'm going to give it a background color of kind of a gray. And you can use a color that you would like. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 that you get from hex codes. And if you recall, we get hex codes from, you can have them memorized, I certainly don't, but what you can do is Google that. Let's go in and type in hex codes. And this is a really good spot, this W3 Schools, to find good colors. So you can figure out all kinds of different shades, hues, flavors, whatever you want to call it. But I went ahead and went for a gray for now, so I'm just going to minimize that because we're going to refer back to it in a little bit. And then one other thing is that I want my site to go right in the middle. And the way I do that is I set a margin equal to auto. And what that means is that it's going to be, there's equal space on each side of my div. And you'll understand that here in a second. So I'm going to go ahead and save this. And then I'm going to go in and open up my document. Let's go ahead and double click and see what it looks like. And it doesn't work. And I wonder what happens. Let's see what is happening. I must have not linked this properly. So let's go back in. And I think it's just like this. You know what? I have a feeling, like, let me see. Oh no, that's correct. So, and let's see if this works instead. So, still doesn't work. Something's incorrect. Sorry, guys. Let's see here. Okay, wrapper. Something must be awry with my linking. Let's see. Did I close all my tags? Yes, I did. Wrapper. No. Okay, let's go ahead and close this for a second. Okay, so next what I want to do is put in my link. I want to link my CSS to this so that it works cohesively. I like that word, cohesive. Okay, let's see, text/CSS. And then I want to put in rel equals, and I want to put in style sheet, because that's what we're going to be using. We're linking a specific style sheet. We need to tell the browser that. And then we need to type in href equals. And then, oops, don't forget a space. We don't need quotation marks for that, I don't believe. Style sheet.css. And then you just put that / in there, just for good measure. And let's go ahead and save that. Okay, so let's go in and take a look and see if this worked. Is it working? It is. So we have this space carved out for us. So let us continue. Next. All right, what we want to do next is we want to put in our header. And so we've got this wrapper in this big honking space. Let's go ahead and put in a header. Div ID equals. And the header, or the heading, it's really heading, but standard is usually header. And I'm going to go ahead and close that div, because that's going to be closed within our wrapper. It's like a shirt. You want to go ahead and button it up before putting on your coat, if that makes any sense. And then in there, let's go ahead and put in a heading. So I'm going to say just our regular H1 tag, and I'm going to put in there the same name that I used for the title. Okay, and then I'm going to go ahead and close that. Now here, if you look, I should just keep this open. You can see that it came out, but now I need to style it, and I also need to style my header. So let's go ahead and go in and do some styling. Why? Because we are styling. So I'm going to go ahead and use that hashtag again, and what that does is it tells the browser that this is a space and not a tag. And in there, I'm going to go ahead and give it a height of